that comes in a prayer line in this church, and sometimes they're probably not sick, but they come to the prayer line because that's what they see you adults do. There's never been a time, Brother Keating, when I laid my hands on that child's head, whether they're sick with fever or whatever's going on. I always make this statement. I say, God, let that child grow up to serve you all the days of their life. Saints, I don't believe that we realize the fervency that we need today. I don't believe that we realize the seriousness of eternity. I'm afraid that the church of this hour has lost the seriousness of eternity today. But I want you to know eternity is real. Eternity is not a fairy tale. I want you to know that it's real today. Oh, I don't want to look at another person laying in a casket and have to wonder in my mind where they are. I want to have the assurance that they're resting in the arms of Jesus. I want to tell you the ministry of this hour has destroyed people because they preach everybody that dies has made heaven their home. That's not according to the book today. That's not according to the scripture today. There is a plan in the Bible.
Right.
Why would it have said in the scripture that hell hath enlarged herself beyond measure? I don't find anywhere in the Bible where it says that heaven's got a building program going on and has had to enlarge its borders. But I find that hell's got a building program going on today.
Right.
Have mercy, Jesus. I'll never forget, and I could look back and I could find the date when Brother Eric and Sister Robin found out that they were expecting with Viola. I remember when that little bundle of joy was born. And I remember Brother Eric and Sister Robin bringing that little baby over to the church in Bolivia. I remember preaching that baby dedication. And I remember preaching. And I can tell you that day, Eric Brown and Robin was stirred in their hearts. Oh, yeah. They had not been faithful to church up until that point. From that point, something changed in Eric and Robin's life. You know what it was? I'm going to tell you what it was. They felt the burden and the responsibility that day of bringing that baby girl into the world and knowing Mama and Daddy better bring it to church. Mama and Daddy better raise it right. Because there's a responsibility upon our shoulders today. Mama, when's the last time that you've cried over your children? We're living in a society today, saints, where mama wants to be best friend with daughter and son. But I'm going to tell you today, God didn't let you birth that child for you to be its best friend. But God let you birth that child to be its mother, to be its father, to raise it right, to teach it the ways of God. I'm going to tell you something. I love my 3 kids, but I'm not their best friend. When it comes to discipline, when it comes to correction, Kayla will turn 20 years old on Tuesday. But I'm going to tell you something. Kayla knows she better not backtalk me where she's in arm distance of me today at 20 years old. There's enough Julia Boland in me that will not allow it to happen. Hallelujah. My aunt just asked me in my grandparents' house last night, said, did you correct your children? Did you spank them? I said, you ought to be able to look at them and tell they've been corrected and they've been spanked. I'm going to tell you something. You hear me today. I've wept some tears over these kids. I've cried over these kids. Oh, you hear me today. I might not be mama today, but I've shed some tears. And you know what? They're held up in vials in the house of the Lord, in the Mount Zion, in heaven today, because it's a responsibility upon our shoulders to teach them the ways of truth today. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord.
Amen. You say, but preacher, I don't want to hurt them. I don't either. But there's a responsibility upon me. Judy asked me last night, Said, when you spanked them, did you spank them hard? I said, every time I took a swing at them, I wanted it to hurt them. You say, that's mean.